writers, welcome back to Writers Workshop. Today in Writers Workshop, we are going to be learning 2 new skills that all great writers use when they are in Writers Workshop. The first one that we're going to learn about is that when writers write, they picture in their head first about all the things about their topic that they're going to write about. They think about it first in their head, then they put their thoughts down on paper. I'm going to say that again. They think about what it is they're going to write about first, then they put it on their paper. And that's what we're going to get to do. But we're also going to get to do the second part too, which is whenever you have a word, writers go back and then they say the word slowly, and so that they can listen to the sounds that they hear, and then they write that word out. So that's what we're going to get to do today in Writers Workshop. But first, I want everyone to do it along with me first. So I have my paper and I have a marker, but I want you to use a pencil when we are in Writers Workshop. So I want you to follow along with me as I do this, okay? So let's think about first what it is we're going to write about. So let's see, writers. I know that I love being outside. That's a good one. So I'm thinking about something I want to write about outside. That's a good start. But I have to be very specific and pick one big topic that I want to write about. So I'm looking outside my window. Oh, I know what I'm going to write about. I'm going to write about my playground because I love playing on that playground. Okay, so now that I know what I'm going to write about, I have to first think about in my head what I know or see at playgrounds. So I want everyone to close your eyes with me. Let's think about playgrounds and think about what we see when we are there. So I don't know about you, but I see a big slide that has lots of twists and turns, and I also see a big ladder that you can climb up to go down the slide. Oh, and I see some swings. I see a person pushing their friend along a swing, and then I also see a friend playing with, it looks like a ball, maybe like a soccer ball. And of course I see lots of people because playgrounds are super fun to play at. Okay. So now that I have a lot of ideas in my mind about playgrounds, I'm going to write them on my paper. But first, one thing that I like to do as a writer is I like to kind of picture in the air using my finger to kind of practice what it is I'm going to draw before I put it on my paper. Because even though I have this great idea in my head, sometimes I don't know how to always draw things. So it helps me to use my finger to draw it out in the air first before I put it on my paper. So let's do that. Everyone get your fingers ready. We're going to air draw some of the things we see in the playground. So I know that we talked about the slide first. So I'm gonna draw my ladder. That looks good. And I know some of the really cool slides have a lot of twists and turns. So I'm gonna draw that out with my finger. Perfect. So I have my slide. So I'm going to draw that on my paper first. I'm going to draw my ladder. And then I'm going to have my twisting and turning slide. Perfect. I have my slide. But I also know I see way more than a slide sometimes when I'm at a playground. So I'm going to put my pencil down and pick my finger back up and try to draw of what else I see. Oh, our swing set, that's right. So I know that for a swing set, there's a pole that goes into the ground with a bar on top to hold the swings, and then another bar on the other side as well. And then there's usually 2 chains or a rope, and then the seat, and then there's usually at least 2 or 3 swings on a swing set. So I'm gonna draw that next. I have my pole, it goes into the ground, the bar at top, and then another bar that goes down, and then of course the rope that holds the seats there. Oh, and then again, sometimes there's two. So I'm going to draw another one. Okay. So just like that, I have my drawing that I pictured in my head, because writers think about what they want to write about or what they're going to put on their paper before they actually do it. But guess what though? I'm not done. We have to do the second part. So again, the second part is that when writers write, they look at the pictures and they say the word slowly, and then they listen to the sounds that they hear and write them underneath to label the picture. So let's do our slide. I know that slide sounds like that because I have my word. So I'm going to say the word slowly. Slide. 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 Okay, I've said it a couple times slowly. So let's listen. What do you guys think makes this sound? For slide. What letter makes that sound? That's right. S for S, snake. So I'm going to write an S right underneath. But there's not one letter that makes a whole word. To make a word, you need a lot of letters, or at least more than one. So let's look. I'm going to say the word again, and I'm going to say it slowly to hear what comes next. So I have my S, but I need to spell the word slide. So let's think. So, do you know what makes the sound? What letter is that? That's right, L. L, lamb, O. So I'm going to write a lowercase l. So I'm going to say the word again, because I know when I say the word slide, I hear way more than just two sounds. So I'm going to say the word again. I. Hey, that's kind of easy. I is a letter, and I know I, itch, I. So I'm going to write the I. D. What letter makes the d sound? That's right, D, dog, D. So I'm going to write a D next to that word, next to that letter. So I'm going to say the word again to make sure that I've said each letter in the word that I'm trying to spell, so I don't leave any out. So let's try it again. This is a slide. 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 Perfect. So that's what we're going to get to do today. And it might help you to print out this sheet that is attached on the s'more. It's going to help you when you're trying to sound out the sounds for each letter that in your word that you're going to put on your paper. So that's what we're going to do today, writers. You're going to first picture in your head what it is you're going to write about. Draw the pictures first with your finger, then on the paper, then you're going to sound out the words. And we're going to do that with your teacher. So don't start yet until you go live with your teacher. Okay, boys and girls, have a great time, writers.